Good morning, good morning. I am starting my day a little bit later than I initially wanted to. It's about probably 9:10. Yikes. I am super excited because the biggest thing on the agenda today is the interview with the very first guest for Breaking Character, which is Aria Brooks. So that's in a few hours. Welcome to year 5 of daily vlogging. Another example, even though the mirror literally doesn't show it, because a camera and a mirror just don't work, never mind. What I was going to say is this is another example of when I feel like my hair looks better when it's wet than it is when it's dry, because recently I think I need a trim because the ends of them get so puffy. So we are ticked off because we just got back from the bank about the stupid notary thing we have to be signed, and the woman wrote it's 2020, not 2021, and we can't change it, so now we have to go back just so she can write the stupid date again.
Well, and now we need this one because she can't change it either. It's gotta be.
I'm so annoyed.
I mean,
I will say too, I completely understand. It's the new year. Goodness knows we all make the mistake of not putting the right date, and I get that. But like, I don't know, when you're a banker and you're doing a legitimate document, like, oh, it's over here. When you're doing a, what is that word? Hello? Government document, like, you would think that you would double check that, and I'm just annoyed because every moment that we wait, or every hour that we wait, is more time that they can't even get the pod ready to be moved because they have to have all the paperwork before they can even do anything. So thankfully, they did tell us that we can go back at any time today. We don't need an appointment, and she will do the notary for us again. So that's good. So after my interview with Aria, I'm just gonna go do that. And on a good note, my book came in. I meant to do a vlog clip when I was on Zoom with Aria, but I just finished the interview. I have to admit, Nola like scratched at the wall like 4 times while I was trying to do the intro and the outro, so that made me frustrated because I don't mind, of course, her being in the room, and I wasn't just gonna close her in somewhere, but when she scratches the wall, it just makes such a terrible nails on a chalkboard noise, and that's what I really, like, bothered me. But if she like jumped up on the table, I was like, whatever. But yeah, so anyway, but the interview went really well. Aria's outfit was adorable. I loved it. So yeah, it went well. Meant to say too, definitely have a few little things that I want to change, like just really just like the placement of my laptop when I do the Zoom call. That's really it. But yeah, living and learning. We are now off to the bank again. Thankfully, as I said earlier, we do not need an appointment because they just said come in. Oh, sorry, Mom. Whenever. Back in the bank. So I waited inside for like 10 minutes, and the other thing that was crazy is they were like, does she know you're coming? And I said yes. And so they were like, okay, you can just have a seat in her office. And I'm like, did you not know she was on lunch when you told me to go sit in her office? Like, where do you think she went? If anything, she's probably just in the back. So if you mean that she'll be back by 1 something. Anyway, long story short, she went on lunch, and apparently I guess they called her or something, and she was like, I thought they weren't coming until 2, which that's true. We did say that, but then they told us we could come whenever. So don't tell us we can come whenever.
They had originally said you could come whenever, and then I said it won't be till about 2.
So I'd like to preface, I didn't realize this. Apparently they first said come in whenever. My mom said it likely won't be until after 2, and they said okay. I ended up finishing my thing much earlier. So I don't know. I'm just still ticked off. I'm like, I just want to finish the paperwork. I just want my stuff. Literally, Pods has us filling out about 7 different sheets just so it can make it through customs.
It's really the customs process has us do it. I mean,
so we're getting Chick-fil-A for lunch because we figured we might as well eat while we're out anyway, if we're gonna have to wait. So today it's just been a whirlwind. The interview with Aria was fantastic, and I'm so glad I had that today, or else today would just be a lot of frustration. We are home. everything is hopefully fine. Very glad though that we brought an extra because she caught herself, but she wrote the wrong date again. So, third time's a charm, I guess, but I did not get to show the gorgeous new book I got, which is Alexandra Bracken's Lore, which just came out today. I pre-ordered it, which is why it got here so fast. Isn't it? It is Greek mythology, and I'm so thrilled. I'm so excited to read it. I plan on finishing reading Lily Singh's book today, and I don't know actually if I'll start this one right away because I have a lot of those little books that I might want to, which they are really little, so I might like read 2 of those really quick so I can put them with the order or the stuff that I'm going to get rid of or give to Katie Budget Books on the 8th. So yeah, anyway, either that or I'll just pack them, and then there's a Half Price Books near where I'm moving and they give you cash for books, so granted it's like not a whole ton, so you could try selling them on your own. But then, yeah. Anyway, so Alexandra Bracken's Lore, absolutely gorgeous. Can't wait to read. And I'm going to go edit the interview that I just did today. I'm going to try something crazy. I'm going to edit this interview from Aria and I in Final Cut Pro, not in iMovie. So we'll see how this goes. So I realized as I was editing Aria's interview, or our interview today, that I never saw her episode in Dolly Parton's Heartstrings. So I was like, okay, let me fast forward. Really, it started because I needed to get a screen cap of it for the video. So I was like, okay, I'll flip through until I find her. And then I ended up like watching all the parts that she's in, which is pretty much the second half of the episode. And you can still hear me going, because I was weeping by the end of it. I was in tears because it was so... It hurt my heart, but Aria was fantastic, so go Aria. I'm actually getting ready for bed, but I meant to say this earlier. My hair has definitely reached a mildly medium Hermione Granger-like poofiness. It's a little bit worse in real life, but it's out there, especially at the ends. Yeah, it's especially near the top, this is the more brown, but this is still the hair color that is slowly getting out. Thankfully it blends fairly well now, but this was still from the red hair dye, so this is closer to Hermione Brown than this is, but the poofiness is there. I have to admit, once again, I am a little frustrated with shipping. Today's been a lot of frustration, besides the interview with Aria, because that made today wonderful. But the planner that I ordered has been sitting in Houston since January 3rd at 6:15 p.m. And it's not even necessarily that it's not here, it's that it hasn't been scanned or updated at all since then. I don't get it, and it frustrates me because it is my 2021 planner, and I'm like using it for a lot of breaking character stuff, so it's not that I'm, running, I have a phone and I have different stuff I can use, but I'd really like to start using my planner. But speaking of breaking character, I have my interview scheduled with the second week guest for January, this Saturday, so that is the 9th. So according to FedEx, that should be the day after I get my planner. So, who knows? I'm just glad Lore by Alexandra Bracken came in today. At least Amazon got that on time. Anyway, I'm heading to bed, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. All my social media is in the description. Love you all.